I worked with John in America's Most Wanted on 2 cases, one in Detroit, the Raven Jeffries case, and one in Alabama, the Shannon Polk case. Both were murdered and abducted children who were strangers to me but really touched my heart, and I worked with the show and posted a reward for that. We traveled around together and tried to give as much information as we could on those cases, and we still are in pursuit of what happened there. And a tragic irony, when I came back from Detroit working with America's Most Wanted, a personal friend of mine who lives in Detroit, Lisa Williamson, was murdered soon afterwards, which is still an unsolved murder.
Horrible case. First, I have to say something about Pauley personally. The 2 little girls, the little girl Raven Jeffries, 7-year-old girl murdered brutally in Detroit, the Polk girl in Alabama, 11-year-old girl, both unsolved. Pauley donated $10,000 to each of those cases to the families out of her own money, out of her heart, didn't know the families, and said this is horrible. 2 little girls that are murdered, unsolved cases. And by Pauley putting that attention to it, and she has her own terrific fan base, we're hoping to solve those cases. There's a child murderer or 2 child murderers out there, 2 unsolved cases. And how ironic that in all of this, a friend of Pauley's gets murdered, and gets murdered in a heinous way. A woman, a 40-year-old woman who's trying to make a statement, lives next door to her parents. They're trying to take back this neighborhood that's getting a little bit run down. Drug dealers are taking over. Classic, we're going to make a statement, take back the streets. They firebomb Lisa's house one day. She survives the firebombing. She moves in with her parents. The next day, the same low-life creeps firebomb the house and kill Lisa. People are afraid to come forward. There were witnesses. Pauley says, John, we need your help. And we're trying to send that message. It's a loud message. Come forward. Somebody knows something about this case. I think it's a great use of your celebrity and a great use of your ability to use the media. The media finds missing kids. America's Most Wanted has the public. It's a television show that's caught over 1,000 people. I can't think of a better use for your celebrity. You probably wouldn't be here talking to us if it was somebody that wasn't on a hit TV show. She uses her celebrity to draw attention to this, and now then she calls up and says, John, this is a friend. This is a dear friend. Let's find that person that murdered Lisa.
I've been asked why before. Why America's Most Wanted? And it's very, very simple to me. First of all, I love John, and I think John is an American hero. I can't imagine anybody arguing with that. I love America's Most Wanted. And also, if me, because of my job that I have, being on a TV show, if that is going to make a certain amount of people watch America's Most Wanted, get the facts, listen to the cases, see the faces, watch 15 minutes of shame, just see that. I believe that everyone is somewhere. If me, because of my job, and working with John and America's Most Wanted can get just a certain amount of people to pay attention, it's worth it. That's worth it.
Cops love this woman. She understands cops. She knows how tough their job is. She knows what little resources they have. I'm telling you, she's on the job. She does know a lot about crimes and solving crimes, and she cares. She's gone to these 2 locations for these unsolved murders with these 2 little girls, helped those cops, worked with those cops, knows about the cases, know all the details. She is a crime buff, and she does know what she's talking about, and she gets on the job. And God bless her, because that spurs them. Now, when that little white hot spotlight comes there, America's Most Wanted, and Pauley Perrette shows up and goes, I want to help you. I want to do what I have to do. She's on the job.
I think it came the other way around. I've always been a crime fighter, and I've always really disliked criminals and bad guys, and I've always had a great respect for police officers. So that came way before my current job. And I've always been a huge fan of America's Most Wanted since I was small.